Have you ever taken a day off to relax only to feel that you aren't relaxed enough? That you aren't optimizing your time spent relaxing? Only to turn and feel the immense urge of productivity calling your name. Maybe you feel as though you need to optimize your day off, so you clean your house from top to bottom and squeeze in as many fun activities as possible and then spiral. If any of what I said resonates, then you probably feel like me. You probably feel that capitalism has ruined your ability to relax. Or should I say, you probably feel that your desire for stability has ruined your ability to ever truly feel at peace. And if you're Gen Z, then you might relate to me more than anyone else, because Gen Z are reported to have the highest levels of burnout than any other generation before us. Now, I'll start off by saying, I think that the way capitalism has ruined our ability to relax is absolutely not a Gen Z thing. My own Gen X parents are the exact same, and the ethos that you can never truly be relaxed has trickled down from them to millennials to Gen Z and probably one day to Gen Alpha. And that's actually one of the reasons why I want to make this video. I think that a lot of the problems that we have as Gen Z now come from millennials, and their problems come from Gen X and so on and so forth. And so I think that we as Gen Z are responsible for talking about these kind of things very openly, the way that millennials have, so that we can make life easier for Gen Alpha. In other words, shout out to all the millennials who have been really open about these types of things so that Gen Z can have a slightly easier life. So I actually think that my issues with relaxation came from when I was 16. At the time, I really wanted to get into either Cambridge or Oxford University. I realized when I was a teenager that I was poor, shit out of luck, and had to work extra hard to get any modicum of stability. For me, Cambridge was the solution to that. It was a school that provided a sense of social mobility, or at least a sense of stability. And I wanted to get into this school so badly that I started reducing the time that I would spend doing fun activities by trading off human necessities for productivity. Like, I stopped spending 30 minutes in the shower listening to music, and I would spend 5 minutes in the shower not listening to any music, and I would be cold and stern so I could hurry up my shower and be more productive afterwards. In other words, I refused to sacrifice the extra 25 minutes in the shower because those are 25 minutes that I could have spent studying. Or I'd scoff my food down because time spent eating was time away from work. My desire to succeed was rooted in a necessity to succeed, and this necessity fueled me to sacrifice things that make life good for things that can make life stable. And these habits haven't left me. Even though my life has slowed down, I'm no longer able to reap the benefits of my hard work or what going to Cambridge University has afforded me because I'm so wired to shave off moments of unproductivity to grind or do something. And lately, I've been realizing just how deep this has become for me. I recently picked up a hobby that I let go of when I was younger, and I've been getting back into making digital art. And in the process of making digital art, I have to carve out time from my otherwise busy schedule to be able to produce something. And so when the art piece or the experience doesn't go perfectly well, I feel really stressed out because I don't have anything to show for the art I created. In other words, I feel as though I was unproductive because I don't have anything to show. I don't have any kind of reward. I don't have any material proof that I was successful in the time that I spent simply doing my hobby. Like, my need to be productive and to be successful is so deeply ingrained in me that I can't even enjoy hobbies. And I have another example from something that happened to me recently. So my husband and I saved up and worked really, really hard to be able to go to Washington, D.C. a couple months ago on a holiday. I moved to America from England several years ago, so the ability to go to Washington, D.C. was something that was always on my wish list. And don't get me wrong, I really did enjoy my time and I did feel relaxed and I loved every second of it. But I also strangely felt the need to be productive even when I was on holiday. Like, I felt the need to squeeze every activity possible out of myself. The first day we got there, we saw every single monument that there was to see in Washington, D.C. And it made me realize when I got back that even though I had such an amazing time and I loved it, I didn't necessarily relax whilst I was on holiday because I was so caught up in the idea that I had to optimize my own holiday. And I think that the ability to relax under capitalism is genuinely a privilege. And of course it should be a right, but like most things in life, it's not. So in other words, we're seeing something where the ability to relax is reserved to people who have money, or people who have time, or people who have generational wealth, and the list goes on. And as much as I would like to say that I have had an original thought, I have not. And there are lots of people that are talking about this. For example, there was a book that came out recently that spoke about how people feel the need to shave off time from their sleep, because sleep is the one time in the day where humans are genuinely unproductive. And I guess you could say it's not true, because when you sleep, your body is doing lots of little stuff to help you rebuild your cells, or to help you heal, or to help you just exist. But the point is, a lot of people have started sacrificing their sleep to be productive, and we see that all the time. Like, nurses barely sleep, doctors barely sleep, people who work night shifts have really irregular sleep patterns that are not necessarily natural to how humans should sleep, all in the name and honor of stability. And the reason I take issue with that is because it sucks that we have to give up the things that literally make us human, not even make us human, but things that we genuinely need to survive in order to pursue any sense or modicum of stability. And I just wonder, if I spend my entire life not being able to enjoy things, if they don't monetize in some way, or they don't have some direct immediate trade-off for how they're going to improve my life and get me a house and blah blah blah, then am I ever going to be fucking happy? And on the other end of that, I know that people experience the exact opposite phenomenon, where they are so happy that they get time off of work, that they relax and enjoy every second, so much so that they'll put off going to sleep just to enjoy even more time being free from work. And now, I'm obviously not advocating for a workless society. I think that lots of us do forms of work that are extremely valuable. I say us, but I think actually there's a very high chance that the work you do is more valuable than the work I do. My point is that there must be a way, and some of you may have figured this out already, to strike a balance between productivity and just enjoying your life. So I guess this is all to say, I wonder if there's a way that we can live our lives where we can enjoy the time when we're not working, and we can maybe even enjoy the time that we are working. If there's a way for people who grew up poor and who are young to enjoy their life on their pursuit to stability, or if we're just stuck in this endless cycle where we have to work hard to achieve some modicum of success, only for it to just be thrown back in our face, because we'll look back on life and realize that we never truly relaxed and we never truly enjoyed it. And like all my videos, I don't like to just throw out a problem and not offer a solution, but I'll admit that I feel extra depleted making this video because it sits so close to home for me. But that doesn't make me want to stop, and that doesn't make me not want to give an answer, so here's what I think. I think that I need to go to therapy. And I also think that I have to recognize that my life is more than the material things I have to show for it. My life is worth more than the house that I might have one day, or the car that I might drive, or all of these things. But my life can be categorized as something more profound than that, more far-reaching than that. And by virtue of that, my goal is to start thinking about ways that I can enjoy the little things I have, instead of always worrying about the big things that I want. And the bottom line is, the best thing that I or anyone could ever be remembered for is simply being a happy, positive person. If you liked this video, please consider subscribing. It means the entire world to me. We are almost at 100 subscribers, which is a really big deal to me, and I'm so grateful for all your support. And I think you should subscribe to me because I have some really awesome videos in store, and I want to be able to share them with you all as soon as they're finished.